What hobby did you pick up during quarantine times that you will likely keep? Being nice to my sister. Fun fact: I just found out how much I really love her and how happy I am when she is happy. This is so sweet. Drug addiction. Also, happy cake day. My liver is planning to go on strike from the gallons of wine I pour through it these days. True. My roommates and I probably developed some light alcoholism that likely won't stay light. And thank you. I didn't get locked down, but businesses did start closing early. It got me to pay more attention to my garden. Now I'm hyped to keep it up since this might be the first year it actually produces. I've killed even onions with neglect, but not anymore. I even picked up things I don't normally eat or never heard of. Got to try Swiss chard for the first time. Don't know WTF a Crenshaw melon is, but we're gonna find out. It's exciting and gets me outside on days I don't want to go do my bike ride cardio. Sleeping. Got into Reddit. Big mistake. Get out as early as you can. OMG, same lol. Same here bro. Same here. Sim racing. Mastering the Kama Sutra. Drinking almost every night. Almost every night? The only night I've skipped is when I'm so hungover from the previous night I would puke at the smell of a drink. My wife picked up sewing when the corona thing started. She has since sewn dozens of masks and we've delivered them to a hospital and to our family doctors. I tried to pick it up with her. Even managed to sew a couple of masks. She learned it much quicker than me though. Now she's starting to sew dresses for our daughter. She'll definitely keep on doing it. Yeah, my wife is doing the same thing. It takes her forever to make one mask too. Nevertheless, she has a few drinks and has told everyone in her family she's sending them masks. We will all die of old age before she's done. The way you wrote this comment tells me you love your wife immensely. And I am jealous as FK. My mom's been doing the same. She hasn't sewn in years. But she started again. She donates them to food banks, hospitals, and friends. She puts them online and instead of taking the money, she told them to give it to a local food bank. She got a call and they said they've never had so many money donations. You and your wife are awesome. Video chatting. I hated it before, but now I've changed my mind. Learning Blender. Who knew making a donut could be so excruciating? I don't think you're supposed to put donuts in the blender. IDK if you're joking or not, but if not, Blender is a 3D modeling and rendering software. If you are, then my B lol. My so did the same. I'm assuming you also did the coffee in a transparent cup, right? Learning Japanese. Yoga. It's the only thing keeping me sane after being all alone for 2 months. I lost 13 pounds. Drawing, modeling, voice acting, and play Minecraft. Okay, now I'm curious. How do you pick up modeling and voice acting when you are not supposed to leave the house? I have a studio on my house. That's cool. So did you try to get into modeling and voice acting before? Or did you just get a house with a studio and waited until you found a use for it? Not wearing a bra. These days I consider it an achievement to put on a sports bra. But underwire is way too much. Same here. I'm a dude, though. So this has always been my SOP. Good luck not getting creepy DMs after that confession. Makeup and jumping jacks. Building things in Minecraft. I'm bad at it, but it's relaxing. Writing my books while rested and relaxed. I didn't realize how good I felt until I came back to work. Now I'm back to being stressed out, exhausted and angry. X3 masturbation in a row. Happy cake day. You gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. Double it by Christmas. Destroy DK December. Playing D&D with my family. You guys were being productive? All I did this whole quarantine so far is taking naps whenever I want and playing video games all day. I'll miss it once it's over. Me too. Mostly because I don't have a job and dropped out of uni a few months ago. Hopefully I can back on my feet once this is all over. I think I got lazier. Learning how to say, I don't know any. Insert language your speaker by here. But this sentence. Example. I don't know any Dutch but this sentence equals Ik ken geen Nederlands meer deze zin. I now know how to say this phrase in like 16 different languages. 'Cause why not? Haha. You would get some confused looks saying that. Unfortunately. It should be Ik ken geen Nederlands. Alleen deze zin. Quote. We don't really use but like that. Rather the English word just should be used. Alleen in Dutch. As in, only, exclusively. If you said it to a Dutch person like that without context they would understand it as, I don't know any Dutch. But this sentence. Like they're two separate sentences. One being unfinished. D. Embroidery. Crochet. And wood carving, burn it. I also am getting a cockatiel soon. Running. Started C25K. Drawing and painting. I tried to do that. But then I realized that all non-essential places are closed and I didn't have supplies for either of those things. Drawing can be done with any kind of pen or pencil. You don't need special gear. I've seen amazing things done with cheap ballpoint pens. Yep. Focus on the basics of making steady lines and don't worry about the hardness of your lead. Binge drinking. Binge day drinking. Binge all day drinking. Bunge all dar drunking. Sourdough bread baking. Skateboarding. I started a week before quarantine and I've been loving it. Picked up the guitar that I bought 8 years ago but never used. Worked my way up to 12 pull-ups. And doing other bodyweight exercises as well. And I started running 2 to 3 times per week. Just to be outside. I'm a little jealous right now about the working out part. I never got to 12 pull-ups. How do you train them? I just train it all the time. Since the pull-up bar is in my door frame. Some days I'll try really hard and do some sets in a row until failure followed by negative pull-ups. But I think if you really want to improve you just have to do a lot of pull-ups often. Good luck. Be a server, busser. My arms were stronger as a waiter than they were as a soldier. Cultivating mass. Archery. Also started trying to learn the guitar instead of just messing around. Running a lot more and dieting. I have a treadmill I rarely use but I started running a 5K every day since beginning of quarantine. I'm down 23 pounds and I've also improved my 3-mile time to 16:55. Not the best but I'm proud. Edit. Also joined an MMA and BJJ gym. I've already wrestled for years but wanted to pick up another martial art. Gonna be so fun. Can't wait. The story of how I got motivated is kinda funny. I was just sitting there stoned watching Joe Rogan's podcast with Kevin Hart on it. And goddamn that dude speaks facts on there. Kevin is actually a good ass source of motivation. Give that episode a watch. Wouldn't that be like a 17:35K? Dude, I have run 5 to 7 times a week for the last 4 years and on a perfect day I could maybe hit 18:00 for a 5K. That is not at all a slow time. Major props. Thanks. I did realize that running on a treadmill is much easier though. My time decreased by a minute or two when I actually ran on the road. I guess because the treadmill forces you to keep a steady pace. Plus it's perfectly flat. It also has a lot less wind friction. Great job though. More procrastination. D. Going to work. Yay, being essential. Drinking. Baking. I even started a desserts company during all this. I recreated Met Gala 2019 outfit. Very jokingly. With toilet paper etc. No. I do not buy a lot of toilet paper. The rolls I used were used as normal toilet paper after that. I really liked if So today I recreated Eugene Lee Yang's school makeover outfit. He is one of the Try Guys. You can find them on YouTube. They are amazing. This time I was more serious. I realized I really like cosplaying only with things I have at home. Definitely gonna keep that hobby. Binging Netflix. Does working 14-hour days count? Going home for lunch. The company recently moved and I'm only about 10 minutes away from home now. Saving so much money instead of going out to eat every day, and it gives me an opportunity to say hi to the dog for a few minutes in the middle of the day. Each day. Except Sunday. I play 8 of Bach's Well-Tempered Clavier, Preludes and Fugues. By repeating the cycle every week, I cover all 48 of the pieces on a weekly basis, a goal I've always wanted to achieve, but never had the time to accomplish until quarantine. Crying on my sofa and watching Beverly Hills 90,210 all day every day. Eating processed sugars, saturated fats, caffeine, and salt. Haha. Browsing Reddit. My husband and I watched Lego Masters and then drunkenly bought some Lego sets. We're on our 3rd build now and we've decided that we're definitely going to keep buying sets even after this is done. Laying on my floor and staring at the ceiling and rot away. Yoga. I didn't realize how much of a difference it was making until I was reaching up to a high shelf in our kitchen to grab a dish. Normally I can barely reach it and my husband has to get it for me. Or I can sometimes just grab it but suffer a lot of back pain. Well, after doing yoga non-stop for about 3 weeks, I one day reached up for the dish and was effortlessly able to get it. I honestly couldn't believe it. Also, I work in aged care and one of the things it has made me realize is the importance of staying mobile and strong for as long as possible. And that starts when you're young. So I am trying to move my whole body every day. Drinking more water. I don't know why or how I developed it, but I am sure I'll keep it. I don't know if it's necessarily a hobby, but I started dyeing my hair and piercing my ears like I had back in high school and college, and I'm very tempted to keep it. At least the piercings. I have 5 in each ear now, and that's just the bottom half. I remember the most I had in my alternative fashion days, which I wish I could go back to, but I'm 22 now, was 7, and I am so FG tempted, guys. I am really good at piercing my own ears, especially since it's mostly reopening old holes. And I was able to dye a kick-ass undercut without touching the side parts at all, which I'm still so proud of. Younger me would have been so impressed. I have always wanted to learn how to roller skate, and my skates just arrived yesterday. I'm hoping to eventually learn Hal's skating routine, just for fun. I've gone back to biking and watercolor painting. In the before times, I always make excuses for putting it off. I used to write. I can't do that now due to managing e-learning with my kid. But I have written down every single weird dream I've had since we began our quarantine. Some perks of this period has been making more of an effort to work out problems with my family members. My kiddo and I get on famously now that we've been trapped together for a few months. Weekly game nights with my friends who live across the country. We started it as part of reconnecting during quarantine, but I'm hoping we keep it up. Working out every day. I started doing it just for something to do, but now when I don't work out I feel antsy. Taking care of myself. I used to just work, sleep, eat, repeat, but with all this time on my hands I start enjoying working out and keeping the house neat. Hula hooping. I've always wanted to learn how to move the hoop from my chest to my knees and back again. So now I'm trying. It's a good workout too. I got into Warhammer 40k early March and have dedicated my life to it since then. For those who don't know, Warhammer 40k is a fictional universe that takes place in the 41st millennium. You collect plastic models representing one of the various factions, species, and play a tabletop game with them. I like the game a lot, but I really love building and painting the models. I'm building an orc army right now. And I plan on building an Astra Militarum army and Chaos Space Marine army in the future. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more videos.